Alexa, trigger live show. Let's see how this works. Cheers, guys. Happy Christmas. Christmas Eve where I am right now. Just got finished a wonderful Christmas Eve dinner. I made a roast beef and I thought, well, I'll sneak down to the lab because I really wanted to play with some stuff. I got some new toys myself today. Hold on, I'm just going to kill a couple of replay windows before they get a little crazy, and with any luck, we'll have a live show. I don't know how many people are going to be around on Christmas Eve, but I like to get together with you guys and have a little stream if we can. And wow, ulterior motive. I'm going to pull out some stuff and try some things. Hopefully the streaming is going to work out okay. I changed some settings again, and we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Sorry, I've got to look off camera. Electronics Workshop's here. Cheers, Electronics Workshop. We're alive. I guess we are working, and they're coming through on the restream. Perfect. All right. Go ahead. I braved near death at Walmart today and went out and got the final things I needed for some projects. Rubbermaid take-alongs. I needed this. I left one upstairs for the wife to use. I needed a new container to hold all of this. This is going to be my new alcohol bath for when I'm working with printed circuit boards and cleaning up. It's only 70% this stuff because truthfully, well, I cheaped out. It's as simple. The 90+% stuff is quite expensive. So I grabbed, what did I get? 4 of these. So that's nearly a liter a piece. That should do just fine. It's plenty good enough for when I take boards out of this. When I take boards out of the ultrasonic cleaner over here, this is what I use to clean up boards, and then this is what I use to manufacture boards, my infrared IC heater. But the problem was when I clean things up in the ultrasonic here, it was hard to dry them. I had some really crappy containers. I was using these, just Boston Pizza containers, to bath things in alcohol, and they don't seal. They don't. The alcohol leaks away. So I'm thinking that these Rubbermaid take-alongs containers might just be a heck of a lot better, or at least, well, it's got to be improved. And the price is right. It's like $6 for 2 of them. So if nothing else, well, we can take our holiday meals everywhere. But that should get me all set there. But we need some more stuff. Merry Christmas, Nathan. Cheers. First like. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the thumbs up on these videos. They help the channel a bunch. Yeah, I really appreciate those. Not very often I get super chats or anything. They also will pop up on the stream if we do, but I appreciate just a thumbs up and all you guys that subscribe. Okay, what else we got? You gotta be a nerd like me to get excited about getting some new Q-tips for the lab. Q-tips are the most wonderful little thing for cleaning up electronics and just general use around the lab. Here, we'll make this a little tidbit. This is what I use to hold my Q-tips. If you guys are similar to me and have a pegboard or something to hang your stuff on, just take a Ziploc bag like this and cut the top out of it. And then you can always easily just grab a Q-tip for the job that you're working on, unless you're like me and you're getting a little low. So I've got a whole new box of them, which makes me quite happy. If I can tear into them a little bit. Then we'll get to more fun toys. The one that I'm waiting to get into. Restocked. Wondrous. Actually, not if you're a bull in a china shop like I am right now, knocking things everywhere. I got some batteries. Merry Christmas to me. 9-volt batteries. Dollar store specials. I used one up the other night on the the Blue Point multimeter restore project, which is coming along good. I think that stream, yeah, that stream stayed live. It was the other stream that was garbage. The multimeter stream stayed up. The only thing I've got left to do for that, now I got spare battery, I just have to get some polish to polish up this LCD, and then we're good to go. Here's the rest of it. I did end up putting this in the ultrasonic cleaner after I left the live show. I hemmed and hawed because I was scared that the ultrasonic was going to take off this silk screening on here, but it did not. It's bloody fantastic. It looks like new, so I'm quite happy with that. Once I restore the LCD, we are done with that, and I can put it back into service. Well, technically I could go back into service now, but okay, what else did I get? What else did I get? Oh, yeah, I raided the bin upstairs. I didn't buy this from the store. I get these every time we go to the dentist. When they offer you a toothbrush, don't say no. Even if you have an electric toothbrush like I do, these are fantastic for cleaning up electronic stuff. So I had to replace the one, I forget why. I don't even remember why. I got rid of one anyway. Okay, what else I got? This is where the big stuff comes in. How am I going to do this with the camera? We got to make a little bit of room. How can we do this? What are you guys up to tonight? Anybody building anything cool? Hopefully you're having a fantastic beginning or middle of your Christmas overseas. You're well into it. Okay. Big bag. Silly thing. Betty Crocker cookie sheet. This is just a non-stick. It doesn't need to be non-stick, but it was the cheapest that I can buy around here. Cookie tin. And I'll show you what I need that for. We're going to put that up on the shelf, and we're going to set something else on top of it, because it makes a fantastic thermal break. And oof, let's see if we can get an angle on that. This came from Amazon today. This was $34 Canadian, 34 Canadian pesos, and we got ourselves the solution to drying out my boards. I always just put them on the dehumidifier after I run them through the alcohol after the ultrasonic cleaner, and this little nifty toaster oven should give us what we need to flash off the alcohol after we've used it to absorb the water. We can flash off the alcohol much faster than me having to leave it overnight, like I did the other night for the meter restore. After the live show, I had to run it through the ultrasonic and then wait till morning sitting by my dehumidifier, which is the last thing I need to be running in the house right now, because if anything we could use a little bit more humidity. Alright, let me see if I can get this thing out of here. Come on now. Wrestling off camera. Good stuff. Oh, got it. Oh, we got it. Slick. So, $34 brand new. It's not a bad deal in my opinion. Armando's here. Cheers, Armando. From Twitch, does it go down to 150C? Are you hacking it with a thermocouple? I don't know yet, and we're going to get to that in 1 second. The reason I bought this, one of the reasons I bought this, besides its incredibly economic price and won't stink like burnt toast in my workshop because it's brand new, is on the front here, we should have, this is our timer, and then we have a min setting. Interesting. I can actually hear, here, let me put my mic up to it. You can actually hear a thermostat switching, and I'm wondering whether we can actually throttle right down to barely above room temperature. But it starts at a warm mode up here. So warm, and then the next step up is 200, 250, 300, 350. So less than 100 Celsius. It looks like this is going to be about probably 50 Celsius would be my guess by the graduation. No, it's going to be a little more than that. But I think, long story short, I think this warm mode will be perfect. I think it looks like this probably controls the top burner, the top broiler, and the bottom, and both have this warm mode. So if nothing, if push comes to shove, then I can do a thermocouple and hack it. But I think right out of the box, this thing is going to go low enough with the warm mode for flashing off the alcohol. But again, I don't know, and that's why we're going to test it. But a lot of guys putting these in reflow ovens, as you guys saw a few minutes ago. I don't need the reflow oven because I have that. We're going to use this for more along the lines of what it was intended for. Carl's here. Cheers, Carl. But I think it's not big. This is actually quite small, but that's again going to be, I think, part of the beauty of it. Where's my... Over here, it comes with destructions and all kinds of cool stuff, which I probably will read later, but for right now, we've got some crumb trays. That looks like a baking tray. The crumb tray you usually want to include, but we're probably going to want to get the foam out of there before we fire this up. I'm guessing if a person read the instructions, they would know. But that looks like it just sits right down there as a crumb tray, which we're not really going to need. In theory, we shouldn't have much for crumbs. This should be big enough to fit most of the circuit boards I work with. Most of the things that I restore. It's not overly huge for doing what I intend to for some computer motherboards, particularly. Yes, I will be playing with some MacBooks in the future. I have some on the shelf. I'm going to dip my toes in those waters. Most of the small ones I think will fit just fine, but some of the large... Geez, it might fit a large one just fine. But on warming, it doesn't need to be perfectly flat. We can have it on a little bit of tilt if we're not up to where the solder melting point is, which we shouldn't be if we're just trying to flash off some alcohol. But yeah, that Merry Christmas to me. And then, with any luck, what's going on? There's my stream. This looks good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Well, we'll see. We're going to find out soon enough how it works, but it's got to work better than what I had before, which I had before is nothing. We just got to be a little careful that we don't have any thermal runaway kind of conditions, or where it just goes so hot that we can destroy the boards. You can destroy them. I've seen several horror stories of people using reflow ovens, and I think all the ones I saw were people who had built a reflow oven who weren't really good with the code, and were kind of just expecting it to work when they just programmed an Arduino. And two different cases I saw where they had a blank motherboard, they had a blank PCB because they had put it in and the reflow cycle had gone crazy and they were on a little bit of a tilt or whatever, and all the components just went away because it was way too hot. I don't think we're going to have that problem. I hope we're not going to have that problem. Okay, let's see. Can we go over here? Can I take you with me? Can I take you with me half level in the back of the workshop? Yeah, not bad. This'll do. So here's the idea behind, take it from me, the cookie sheets are a great idea no matter what surface you're on, or you'll end up wherever it went. Back here is one of my cutting mats, and you can see it's permanently warped and gone actually hard because I made the mistake of testing the reflow oven on top of it. Boneheaded move it was, but oopsie daisy, such is life. So we'll take the ultrasonic cleaner, and I think it could live. I actually might swap and put it here, but then if we take a cookie sheet and cookie tray, which is what the reflow is on top of now, and set our nifty little toaster oven up here, we should be in good shape. Actually, that's not going to be in good shape. It doesn't sit on that cookie tray. Because I bought this one that's too small, but I think it would be fine for the reflow oven. Apologize if that was loud, but I do have a limiter on. This should, yeah, that's, so the rubber feet fit fine on that one. That's perfect. It's custom made for it. And maybe this one, the feet will sit on. And they do. Oh, we're good. We're golden. That way we're up off the bench. Shouldn't be into any major problems. Oh yes, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Now we've got like a little assembly line going on. I can go right from here, take my board, dunk it in the alcohol, and then with any luck, I can put it in the oven here. Should we see? Let's see what the temperature is. Should we check that? Somewhere around here, I should have a thermocouple. Where's my thermocouple? There's an X-Tac one. Is that working? I don't know where that came from. See if I can get it out off my bench here. It's kind of tangled in. Maybe we measure what that warming mode actually runs at. That might be a really good idea. I have the Allendale 6-liter ultrasonic, looks identical to yours. Yeah, I forget the size of this. I forget how many liters that holds. It's kind of medium to big, that one. Okay. Is this meter working? I think it's working. Yeah. Angry. Yes, angry. Why are you angry? This is not looking good. I do not think this thermocouple's any good. Actually, I don't think it's a thermocouple. I think it's that meter. There. Let's try something else. Come on, stop your beeping. So I never use that thing. Never had much luck with that. Alright. The fluke never fails. Yeah, we're good. The fluke's alive. 1 second. Alright. Let's see. Does this thing even work? We haven't turned it on yet. Warm, min, and this is just time. So stay on would be down at the bottom. Ah. Seems to work. Okay. So what if we just sort of lay the thermocouple in there so it's in the middle? I know you can see that terribly well, but that should be good enough. I don't know if it stays on the bottom. Stay. Okay, make sure we're on warm, we're on mid. Actually, let's do warm and warm. Then we know. Warm, warm. They're both the same. And go stay on. No lights or anything yet. Catch up on the chat. Dagus are delicate. I think. Are we warming? Seems to be. Meter's coming up. Can you see that? I'm sorry, this camera doesn't have zoom. My apologies. But yeah, we're coming up. That should work. Actually, I need the ultrasonic tonight. Let's warm it up too. Let's take that up to 70. There, we're up to 32. This is probably going to have some smell to it. Hopefully not too much. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Oh, I knocked my power bar off. Oops. I'll have to fix that after. And you can't see that terribly well. Oh, there we go. We've got glowy burner on the top. Warm, warm. Okay, coming up. What setting are you using? Ultra. The ultrasonic? It's... Oh, for temperature? It varies. Usually around 70 Celsius. I run it at thereabouts. It will work for like light duty stuff at about 60 or so, and it works even better the higher you go, but it actually attacks some things. It's a little rough on them when you get it too hot. But we're already up to 85 C and climbing. Well, let's just see what it tops out at. I'm just gonna let that go. 90 C. I don't know. What do you... I have no idea what the warm setting would be. But it's weird. It's below 95 on here. So I wouldn't have thought it would get that hot, but maybe... I don't know. Maybe you've got to go the next step up. There's another detent up, and then from there it carries on to the graduations. So we might have to go one detent further up, because that might actually run pretty hot. That's getting toasty. Now that'll be fine, because that'll even evaporate water, and we're not encroaching on solder melting temp yet, but it's that's warmer than what I'd want. I don't, like, in my head I'm picturing under 100 C would be just fine by me, because I only just want to flash off the alcohol, and I certainly don't want to ignite it. I have to Google what's the flash point at isopropyl alcohol. Can somebody tell me that? Save me looking it up. Alexa, what's the flash point for rubbing alcohol?
The flash point of isopropyl, also called rubbing alcohol, is 53 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's where we start to evaporate off. I guess it would get... I guess that makes sense. That's where we'd start to get into combustion turf. Yeah, well, and that is way... That's hot. That's way hot. Now, that's fine for keeping food warm, but that's going to be hot. What do you guys think we should run it at? Is it, no matter what, is it easy modification to make, to give our own controller? But, yeah, you're getting 140 C and it's still climbing. Well, how much heat comes off this thing? I was curious how much comes out the bottom. We can check now. Oh, nothing. It's cold as ice. There's no vent. There's one vent on the bottom. Looks like an air intake just around the controls here, but all the vents are on the top. I can start to smell some of the manufacturer oils burning off now. Yeah, it's 150 C. Well, that seems not right. So if we leave this on warm... Oh, I just heard the thermostat click. So I'm willing to bet before we leave... Yeah, it seems to be, yeah, 100, we're dropping, 148. So it's set right around 150, and it's dropping off now. There must be some hysteresis to the manual thermostat. So what happens... Oh, that actually turns the thermostat back on. Well, I'll just watch the temperature here. If I go up to the 95 position, does the burner come on? No, it clicks. But it's not. So that must be a different control circuit. So if we set that there, that's set. That's pointing right at where it says 200 Fahrenheit or 95 Celsius. And let's see what that does. Is that climbing yet? No. You guys shout out if you see it. Oh, that is climbing. Yeah, that's climbing. So we're back on. So that's a little on the warm side. Now, I think I could make that work just the way it is. I think that would be fine. Is there any way to broil, bake, warm, toast, stay on, timer, blah 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 blah. What you can do is you could just set you could actually just preheat it, set the board in, shut the oven off, That would work too. And then I don't even have to make a control circuit for it. That'd be handy. What am I after here? Somewhere there's probably a manual that I can read off stream. Quick start, toast, bake, broil, blah blah blah. Para toaster. Well, thanks. 2 pages to tell me how to toast bread. Wonderful. Anything of interest? Yeah, so 132 we stabilize at. That's not so bad. That's... Can I get it lower? That's funny. If I go down to min now, is it going to go back up to 150? Where did I have that knob set to before? Did I have it all the way to min, or did I have it on warm? I'll check the replay. I might actually have that set on the warm and not all the way down to min. Derp, derp. Grilled cheese sandwiches, of course, Armando. We can make grilled cheeses in the workshop. Except I won't, because once boards go in there, to hell with the instructions. Once boards go in here, I'm definitely not going to want anything cooked in. Okay, I must have had it set all the way up at warm, because now we're getting in the zone. Maybe? Yeah, I must have. Cheers, Armando. Oh, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Christmas. Hope you guys get to make something cool and set up some more workshop. I love this. Let's make sure that's not touching anything. I don't think it is. We're good. And why are you... on? Go up. The heater in this is actually not the best. You got to give it a few hours. Okay, we're back to 106, 105. We're coming down. I think I must have had that set wrong. Must have. I must have. LED strip Christmas lights. Lead-free grilled cheese. Is that what you're building? I didn't do any LED fun this year at all. We're still coming down. This is going to work perfect. This is going to be ideal. So I can get my tray all set up, and I'll make a little home for it. I can probably live right up here, but now this thing hopefully will seal a lot of the vapors from getting away. It isn't what I wanted. What I wanted was a really good Tupperware branded, like one of the ones, I don't know, like what you see when you put they're a heavy rubber lid and like snap onto like casserole dishes and stuff. Really good seal. This feels a little and alcohol, like we mentioned earlier, the flash point of it was what, like 40 or 50. So at room temperature you'll lose a lot of it if you don't have it in a sealed dish, like the problem I had before. But we'll give it a go. I needed bigger to fit the computer motherboards, and that'll do. So come right out of the ultrasonic, go through here, get hit with the alcohol. Oh yeah, we're golden. 91. Then coming down. That's perfect. I'm fine with this. On warming mode, this, even if it doesn't go any lower, even like 89 degrees now, that'll be just perfect. That'll flash off the alcohol, and well, there shouldn't be any remaining or much remaining water because it'll be dissolved in the big alcohol bath. And yeah, should do the job. I think we're golden. Video and audio look great this time. Thank you, Holy Mindless. I've been trying quite hard to get a good video and audio set up, and I think we're there. We're at 0 dropped frames. CPUs are running about 60%. So hopefully the render you're getting on your end should be good. I think we're finally getting dialed in here where I can start to go back to doing some live streams and we can do some repairs and stuff. Man, I got a mess going on behind the counter. Or behind the camera, I should say. Cool. I might just pull out a few mailbag items. I'm just gonna I would like to let this stabilize. I guess we can let that go while we're playing with other things. Ultrasonic's up to 18. Yay! It's only gonna take, it'll take about an hour before it's up to temperature, so, but I don't need it right away. And we have some boards to manufacture. Good feed in Yorkshire. Cheers to Yorkshire on Twitch. Glad to have you viewing on Twitch. I don't have very many Twitch followers. I stream to both platforms just because it's time I stream to both. It's time to get back to live streaming and stuff, and hopefully you guys that are enjoying the Twitch platform, well, now you can get my feed. It looks like we're stable at around 80 Celsius, 78 Celsius. I think that's going to be the happy point. It looks like it's just going to chill there. So I'm totally good with that. That is absolutely fine by me. And there's no smell in here, which is again why I wanted a nice new toaster oven. I wanted something new. I'm not going to be spilling anything in it. The only thing coming out of it is alcohol vapor. So it should be, and it's not in high concentrations, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oven's a keeper. Yeah. Cheers, Tech Mason. You made it. 71. Yeah, we're good. I think we're good. I'm just going to let that stabilize. The other night on our failed live stream, I got some parts, and just because I don't know what you guys got going on, but I'm going to put some of this stuff away, and most of you didn't get to see it because the live stream was destroyed by bad settings. It didn't work out at all. So I might just file some. Oh, we're still coming down. Well, that's even better. I'll take that. I'm good with this. But if you would stabilize between 60 and 80 somewhere, that would make me a really happy guy. That would be just perfect. It doesn't matter for just raw boards, but the problem is boards, some of them have the plastic connectors for keyboards and peripherals and stuff, particularly on computer motherboards, and most of them are capable, like they're capable of handling what a reflow oven can do, but only for really short periods. And when you're flashing things off in here for a while, it can make some plastic soft. So I would be really happy if this stabilizes right here, like around 70. That would just make me a super happy guy. That would, like, ultimate $34 freaking find right there. But I think that's where it's gonna level out. And I'm not feeling all, like, the heat vents are on the side. And at this temperature, there's not much to come off of it, but there's nothing that's going to put things in harm's way in my lab. Nothing's going to get melted or damaged. It's perfect. From here to here to here to the bench, perfect. Or starting here, and then a new board goes into the ultrasonic to be cleaned up, and then into there. So I think we're going to be in good shape. The dreaded Murphy filter. Cheers. Yeah, awesome. Okay. What else we got? Do you guys want to see some of the parts that we got the other night? While I file them away. Let's file some parts. Let's do that. Oh, my throat's really dry tonight. Awesome. Okay. Got a sample book. This time, mucho tiny stuff. So 0402. This is a resistor assortment, the 0402 surface mount resistors. It's tough to see the side on this, but maybe we'll pull out the microscope and show you real quick. But yeah, that's pretty tiny stuff. A nice little assortment. These books are quite expensive. I'll be honest. These things, I very seldom see them under about $40 Canadian. So it's quite a bit of money. But when you're talking this 0402 stuff, you get an awful lot of components. Then we're into the capacitors. 50 volt caps, 150 picofarad, 10 nanofarad, 1 nanofarad, 220 picofarad, 1 microfarad, 1 mic, 10 volt. There's a couple of sizes that I kind of wish it probably had, but that'll do. The right price. And then we can file it up here with the other ones that live behind me. I have my, I think these are 0603s. Yeah, this is 2 0603 books from Adafruit, and then I have bins and bins of the surface mount stuff, and I've been filing everything in these nice plastic bins now. I'm quite happy with them. I've got this cupboard kind of the way I like it now. I think we're getting there. It's not too bad. And next up, Fuzzy's here. Cheers. What else we got? This is what I normally would buy. This is a loose pack SMD capacitor 0402, and then this actually is a good one. I'll show you why. This package is too complicated for Eric to figure out. Now the tape is holding it together, so we will have to slice. But quite often, when you buy surface mount stuff on eBay, it won't come labeled. There'll be a little mark or a stamp on the back of the paper, because these are supposed to be on a reel. Like, they're not supposed to be sold like this. They're supposed to be on a reel for a pick and place. But this eBay seller, I'm pleasantly surprised. Full labeling and part numbers. Awesome. Love it. That is bloody rare. Like, really rare. Yeah. Looks like he was just about out. You can take it. That makes it easy to find stuff in the bin. I like that. That'll do. So those will go and live in... we're gonna need to find a new home for that stuff. You know what? I think we'll start a new box. Start new box. So I think my ones on the shelf are, my drawers are getting a little bit full. My drawers are getting a little full. Yes. We're stabilized at 53. We're down to 53 in warm mode now with that bottomed out, so it's still cooling off. If I open the door a little bit, it might come down faster. That'll do. That'll do. Anything above 40 and I'm happy, because I can still turn that knob up quite a bit. So I just use these containers from Dollar Store. And then I'll get a nice Dymo label maker label to go on there and go on the shelf, and that should be good. We also got, what else did we get in this shipment? There might be one or two of you that have seen some of this that watch that horrible web stream, but we got some nifty little proto boards, little tiny breadboards. Very cool. Really small size. Got the double-sided sticky tape on the back of them and everything. That'll be pretty handy. So in this pile over here, we have all my microcontrollers, and you can't read that because the exposure isn't correcting, but I have power control, Arduino and Raspberry Pi, ESP micros, displays, wireless, I/O, and sensors. And the I/O is, I think, where I keep some of my breadboards for now. Because, well, inputs and outputs, yeah, okay. Makes sense to have breadboards in there. Yeah, right. And in this bin, got all the solderless breadboards where I can just manufacture whatever I want. There's where, wondered where I filed those. Need a few of those out right now. In the video that I unboxed these on the mailbag, I asked people, where do alligator clips go? They seem to grow legs a lot. I have no idea where they go, but I'm out of them again. We'll take a white, black, and a red. That's nice colors. That'll work. That will do. We'll put these back. For somebody who's a nerd like me, this is like heaven, having all these components on hand at all times where I can just manufacture whatever I want. We can make a lot of things with these kits. Not too many projects I can't prototype in a night. Very few, actually, especially now that I've got board and I've got all the SMD components and I've got all the through-hole components, we can just manufacture just about anything. Here, this will be handy. This was going to be handy if the oven didn't work out. There's a nice little thermocouple and the interface board to go to Arduino. I think looks like serial clock and chip select. So this is a SPI communication. Serial clock, chip select, SO, VCC, and ground. I thought this was I2C. I guess it isn't. I have to look that up. Never know by the silk screening on these. That could be just normal I2C with the extra terminal for something else. I don't know. You guys tell me in chat if you know off the top of your head. But handy little thermocouple. We can make a little reflow oven or whatever. We'll put that into the sensors box. So I don't think we need to make the reflow oven right now. This is where I keep all the different sensors that I use all the time. Passive infrareds, DHT11s, soil moisture sensors, and thermocouple. That makes sense. Do I have? Looks like I don't. Ah, here's nifty little temp sensors. I don't know whether that's a PT100 style or a one wire. I forget, but that'll work good. And DHT11. That's new out of the package. That can go in there. Another one. I thought I had DH22 showed up as well. Maybe not. Might have to go digging. Yeah, random component stuff. Alligator clips the socks of electronics. Okay, so I'm not alone. Somebody else has this problem. I seriously don't know where they go. I really don't. Okay. I'm not going to put all this stuff away. Here. Ah, cool. Check this out. I showed this on the other show, but nobody got to see it. This is for powering up iPhones. This goes directly to the logic board of different iPhones to power them up so that you can actually monitor the current consumption and actually diagnose what's going on right from the 4S to the i7. Banana plugs, and then you just plug it into your bench power supply and away you go. It even has the extra hole in it so we can actually sister them up and have multiple connections going on at the same time. But yeah, cool little rig. I'm not planning on getting crazy into it, but I have had to fix my own iPhone 5S multiple times, and this would have been quite handy. I fixed a friend's. I think I replaced his charge port 2 times on his 5S, and now I'm waiting for the bottom to fall out on my 6S Plus. It's a work phone, so technically I don't have to fix anything, but if I can fix it, I will. So there we go. Got that. Got some wire. These handy little rolls of just enameled wire. This is 0.1 millimeter, and I use this stuff for jumpers, rebuilding bad traces on PCBs. You've probably seen stuff like that on Louis Rossman's channel or other people, or maybe Paul Daniels or others. It's not new, it's a old hack. We've all been doing it for a lot of years. But now, this stuff is dirt cheap. Here is also 0.1 millimeter, so I have no idea how those got ordered. I have no freaking clue, because now I have, this is enough to last me 3 lifetimes. I will never go through that. And then I've got some other sizes, 0.2, and then 2 more in here as well. So that's good. We've got enough jumper wire to last forever. It's for, you can use it to rewind speakers if you ever found yourself inclined to do that, or other, like, lots of nifty little electronics uses. But it is, the enameling is nice because it is insulated. You can hardly see that. Maybe we can pull another tool out. Now let's do a different example. The enameling is nice because it is insulated to a degree for a short time until if you're at all rough with it or rub it against things or chafe it, obviously the enameling comes off. But yeah, we got a nifty little two TFT micro displays, 2.4-inch SPI TFT module. Nifty little, that's actually a big SD card slot. I don't know why it would have that full-size one. Some of this stuff is old stock, so people haven't caught up and still using old full-size SD cards, but that's fine. I have old full-size SD cards around, so I can use that. One more toy before we, I think, call it a night. The other guys got to see this in extremely bad stop motion, but I'd like to try this with my new settings on the stream rig. This is one of my recent acquisitions for the channel. This is something I've wanted basically my entire life. This is a nice, shiny, new microscope for electronics work with a Barlow lens on the bottom of it, lots of room to the working area, and full HD camera on the top, linked hopefully to my PC. And if all things are working correctly, I should be able to go right to the HDMI microscope. And this is what I wanted to do to test the stream here, and hopefully when I do repairs on stuff, you guys will be able to follow right along, which will be pretty cool. This is the tip of my X-Acto knife, and this is a fair size component. It's the size of like 555 timer, a dip 8 package. But when you get down to the small stuff, we can get in there and work with it. Finally, this makes working with surface mount components so much, well, more possible, easier, but just possible. When you're dealing with 0402 size components, this is kind of a necessary. So that's the size of my tweezers, and these are 0603 by the looks of it, I think. So we're going to be dealing with one step down yet quite often, but pretty cool. If you look at the connections on the side, other side, Eric, really easy to tell if you have cracks in your solder joints with the microscope. So much better than that crappy USB one I was using. And with any luck, if we can get it to stable. Hey, Def Palm's repair channel is here. Cheers! Another fellow YouTuber. Been liking the Def Palm. I've been liking your getting into the MacBooks as well. I've been doing the same. I haven't put much on my videos yet, but it's pretty cool to see all of us sort of messing around with those cheap computers now. But yeah, where did I want to go with this? Let's see. No, that's got to be this end. I know this has got like massive damages on some of these. Is it not this end of the board? What's going on here? Ah, it's this side of the board. Oh, come on. Full zoom. Focus! There we go. So, that's a pretty extreme example of the damages here. Not here long, just had Christmas lunch. Yeah, I had my Christmas Eve dinner and my belly is full. But there is an example of something that I see in industry a lot. This is, it's not hard to spot with your eyes, but it's a much easier to spot with the microscope here. And this one is a much more crazy example. The focus is awesome on this. I love it. But yeah, you can see gaping hole right down into the board. Obviously that's impact damage. That was done when I cut it with the side cutters, but very, very, very cool. I think I'm gonna like this just fine. And looking through the lens here, through the objective, I can see like 40% more than what you can through the camera, so it's really easy to work with stuff as compared to the previous one that I have been using, which is this little guy back back here, and it is still hooked up, and it still works, but you can see the difference between this and this. It's, yeah, they're different leagues. So I think I'm going to be quite happy with this. I think this will do the job. This is the same one, if you're interested in which one it is, this is the same one that Strange Parts YouTube channel recommended and got the lady in Shenzhen to get on AliExpress and start a e-commerce to ship these, and gave us a really good rate. The price on it is incredible. For the quality of scope, it's just awesome. For a true trinocular, it's true stereo vision even with the camera looking through, so you get full depth perception. I forget the pricing, but it's well under 500 Canadian, so it was reasonable. I think it was 290 US when I bought it, which is ridiculous, and it shipped in like a week. It was a heck of a deal, so I'm quite happy with that. Cheers, Zach's here. Reflowing should make a difference there. Yeah, definitely good there. All right, well, I think that's the extent of what I wanted to play with. I'm going to review the footage, and hopefully we have a decent quality from the microscope and usable. Hopefully the brightness is good. It looks good on my screen, and yeah, if all this works out good, then I can use this while I'm making videos or while we're live. Take you guys along. We can play live like we have many times in the past. I haven't been doing many live shows lately. Truly a failure on my part. I used to have them every Monday night for years there, Tech Live Monday nights, but yeah, it's just been too busy lately. Interesting. Check this out. Our temperature is down to 32 Celsius. So this warming mode, this goes plenty. Like, yeah, it's on and the light is on. And yeah, I assure you that's like 32 Celsius in there. That's body temperature. Oh, come on, fire up. So if we go a little higher than that, once I get it dialed in for the temperature I want, I think I'll just mark the front panel. How come that didn't turn on? I turned it up like halfway. What up with that? Okay, well there's where the thermostat point is. Click. Click. So halfway is right around 30 Celsius. Interesting. Okay. It's not the most fine control ever, but that'll do. That'll work good. That's gonna do the job, I do believe. Alright guys. I think click a thumbs up on this video if you like these. I really appreciate it, but I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I might try and go live tomorrow and do some repairs depending on how crazy the Christmas day is, but yeah, I might try and hang out with you guys again. Hopefully you guys are building something nice, something fun, and I wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and thank you for coming along with me and always being there and following the channel. You're a heck of a bunch of good guys and truly appreciate it. Alright, I'm out. Have a good Christmas and Happy New Year. Cheers.